among you believes he's worked harder for me than I have for him? Come on!
Hey fam! It's your girl Ash and I am back with another video. Before I get started, I just want to say I just recently finished the Alexander the Great series by Epic History TV, parts 1 through 4. The link will be up at the top if you guys would like to check it out. And now I'm going to watch the greatest speech in history, Alexander the Great in the Opis Mutiny. I think this is when he went to Opis and he had his great speech. This is where that's from. And if you guys would like to join my Discord, I did create a Discord for history. I'm going to drop the link down below and you guys can join and we can talk about history and whatnot. And if you guys haven't subscribed already, what are you waiting for? Hit the red button so you can be a part of the family. Don't forget to give your girl a thumbs up. Enough of me talking. Let's get straight into this reaction. Yeah, so this was when he returned back to Opis. And then I also think he killed a couple of leaders as well. Yeah, 13. Yeah, they did say that in part 4.
What I'm about to say isn't meant to stop you returning home.
You know what this reminds me of? And I know that I'm going to get chills. I know I'm going to get chills. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Where's that from? What movie is that from? Comment down below and let me know. I love that movie. I cry every time I watch that movie. That might have been what is the wording that I'm looking for? I'm looking for a specific wording. Maybe they got that idea from that movie, from Alexander the Great. Yeah, comment down below, let me know if you know what movie that is.
As far as I care, you can go wherever you wish. But I want you to know how you have behaved towards me, and how I have treated you. I'll begin, as is right, with my father, Philip. When he found you, you were mere peasants, wearing hides, tending a few sheep on the mountain slopes, and you could barely defend them from your neighbors.
He's like, don't forget.
Under him, you began living in cities, with good laws and customs, and he turned you from slaves into rulers over those very barbarians who used to plunder your land. He conquered most of Thrace, taking the best harbors so there was trade and prosperity, and put the mines to steady work. The Thessalians, they used to terrify you. Well, we rule them now. The Athenians and Thebans, always looking for a chance to attack Macedonia, were so humbled, myself playing my small part in the war, that they no longer take tribute from Macedonia, but instead depend upon us for their protection. My father went to the Peloponnese and put their house in order. Then he was declared supreme commander of all the Greeks for the
Sorry, I don't mean to pause it, but I only could imagine his real voice at the time. Like, I could only imagine how everyone just sat there and listened to him and just watched him, because he was this young, great king. So, I don't know, I'm just like getting chills and trying to visualize like this speech. And I don't know, for some reason I think that everybody probably was in awe at this young king speaking in the magnitude of how he's speaking.
Campaign against the Persians, an honor not just for himself, but for all Macedonians. This is what my father Philip did for you. Great enough on its own, but small compared to what you've gained from me.
Paved the way.
I crossed the Hellespont, even though back then the Persians still commanded the sea. I defeated the satraps of the great King Darius, and made you rulers of Ionia, Aeolis, Phrygia, and Lydia, and took Miletus by siege. The rest of the land surrendered willingly, and their wealth became yours. All the riches of Egypt and Cyrene, which I won without a fight, are yours now. Syria, Palestine, Mesopotamia, Babylonia, all belong to you. The wealth of Lydia, the treasures of Persia, the jewels of India and the outer sea. You are now satraps. You are generals and captains.
Yes.
What have I held back for myself apart from this purple cloak and diadem? Nothing. No man can point to my riches, only the things I hold in trust for you all. And what would I do with them anyway? I eat what you eat. I get no more rest than you. Many times I have spent the night on watch so that you could sleep soundly. Who among you believes he's worked harder for me than I have for him? Come on! If you've got scars, strip and show them to me. I'll show you mine.
And I'll show you mine.
There isn't one part of my body, the front at least, that doesn't bear a wound. My body's covered in scars from every weapon you can think of. Swords, arrows, stones, clubs. All for the sake of your lives, your glory, and your wealth. And yet here I still am, leading you, as conqueror of land and sea, rivers, mountains, and the plains. We've celebrated our weddings together. Many of your children will be cousins of my own. I've paid off your debts without asking how you got them, even though you're paid well enough and pillage every city we take. Many of you wear golden crowns, badges of courage and honor given you by me. Any one of us who was killed, who met a glorious end, we buried with full honors. Many now stand immortalized by bronze statues in Macedonia. Their families are honored and pay no taxes. Under my command, not one man has been killed fleeing the enemy. And now, I wanted to send back some of you who've been wounded or crippled, or have grown old, to be welcomed back home as heroes. But since you all wish to go, then all of you, go! Go home and tell them that your king, Alexander, conqueror of the Persians, Medes, Bactrians, and Scythians, who now rules over the Parthians, Chorasmians, and Hyrcanians as far as the Caspian Sea, who's marched over the mountains of the Hindu Kush,
Let them know.
crossed the Oxus and Tanais rivers, even the Indus, first to cross it since Dionysus himself. I would have crossed the Hyphasis too if you hadn't cowered in fear. Who sailed into the Great Sea from the mouth of the Indus. Who crossed the desert of Gedrosia, where no one had ever led an army. Who took Carmenia, while my fleet sailed the Persian Gulf. When you get home, you tell them that when you made it back to Susa, you abandoned him and went home, leaving him under the protection of the foreigners you'd conquered. Perhaps this report of yours will seem glorious in the eyes of men, and worthy in the eyes of the gods. Be gone!
Thank you to all the Patreon supporters who helped create this video.
If you'd like exclusive early access to videos like this, and the chance to vote on future topics, please visit the Epic History TV Patreon page.
That was an amazing speech. Like, everything that he stated in that speech was extremely straight facts. How could you leave him after that? I understand their frustrations with the king, you know, they miss their families and stuff like that, but he was right. Everything that he said, he wasn't wrong about what he said. He wasn't wrong at all. That speech gave me chills. Oh my goodness, that speech gave me chills. Like, it really, really did. What do you guys think about the speech? He honestly laid it out on the line. Like, this is what we've done for you. This is what I've done for you. I eat the same food that you eat. I bleed the same blood that you bleed. Comment down below, let me know what you guys think. I definitely enjoyed the Alexander the Great series. It was definitely extremely dope. Gave me a dope insight on Alexander the Great, how everything played out. And he was just a great leader, man. He made mistakes. We all make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. You know, it wasn't going to be perfect. There was going to be people that was unhappy. But yeah, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Give your girl a thumbs up. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, fam.